Um, so I went to meetings with my son, and he decided to drop out. And I was worried, but he immediately got in a band and started working. So I think for him, probably was the best thing 'cause he hated school. He went one day, and I called the principal, and the vice principal, he said, "Well, I saw your son. He seemed happy, he smiled and waved at me, but he's not going to any of the classes. You guys got to get some classes these kids want to go to. It's just stupid to have a stem with no flower. I mean, you guys want to continue having dropouts and you want prison rates to go up. I couldn't be the only one that sees this, right? I mean, you all know this, so why don't you change it? A 10 a.m. start for high school. So my youngest daughter, I was having trouble getting her to school because of my medicine. I was on the medicine and I wrecked my car a little bit. And so I said, we'll do stay-at-home school for you. You know, you can work on the computer. And she agreed to that. She wasn't real happy. She liked going to school and doing the academic work, but it just wasn't possible. And so I went in to talk to her counselor to get information. She didn't have time to talk to me. She says, I'm doing schedules. I said, but I thought you're the counselor. And she said, well, I am, but I do schedules. People, if you don't have counseling at school, you're going to have a lot of dropout rate. You're going to have drug use. You're going to have families that are so dysfunctional. You need to have guided counselors for your families. I mean, you have to. It'll be cheaper than jail. I keep saying this, they get in trouble. I know my family had huge problems, and everybody said we were pictureable. You come out and you're dressed and you look all nice, but when it got home, my dad was bipolar, my mom was agoraphobic. I just slipped through the cracks and went to live at the Cranwell. So I was in like this multi-million-dollar situation with an airplane, and I was 16. I can't say they were much happier than the upper middle class. They were pretty miserable. They had a lot of problems, these really wealthy people. I think the dad he had a second family, you know, he could afford it. So he had another family. And then the daughter didn't know that. And one day brought his oldest daughter home, and she had no idea he had a whole nother family. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The wife wasn't happy with it either because she felt like he liked the other lady better. But he loved her, and they had a mansion and everything like that. But, so yeah, no, I get people with money have problems, unhappiness. Gnosis and charitable giving and grippe will alleviate some of that unhappiness. But so all the prisons, you can catch it early. Like, say you have a family that's coming in because there's troubles and you get to know them. Well, you can send them on to a legal count, like someone that can do in-depth counseling of that family if they need to go, and then they're willing to go get help. But you definitely need real counselors that can talk about psychology with these families. You can't be having all these dropouts that are getting into drugs and going to jail. Now, if they're like Bill Gates or Branson, you know, but that's not that many that have that ability. So my goal is to get everybody to graduate and then at least go to a trade school or some kind of education that they enjoy, depending on their psyche, the roots of the flower, what they're good at. Because you'll find that every person is good at something. And they're good at it, but they're not good enough to make a living. And that's something they have to discover. And that's okay too. I mean, I'm still in that process as an artist. I love art. I love performance art. I love my paintings. I love my work and my art. I love everything I do, but I'm not making a living at it yet. I'm still working towards that. I have some ideas for some plans and stuff like that, and we'll see if it happens. But extracurricular activities are essential. I mean, I can't even say you cannot sit on the computer or do mathematics all day. Even if you're a doctor, you like to play golf. You know, I mean, why don't we get some of these African American kids out to the country club? I went out there and they said, yeah, you know, if some of them want to learn golf, have them come out. Well, they love that. They will love to participate with that kind of program. So you guys got to extend and ask for what you need from the upper middle class because they've never been in the projects. They may have some misguided ideas, or they may just not know. So if you ask for volunteers, what about for swim team? I know the teenagers in Chesterfield might want a summer job and not mind getting up early and teaching summer school swimming. How many do you need per pool? I don't know, 2 or 3 maybe, and you need an overseer. But yeah, no, just let the kids come. They don't have to have any swimming requirements. We'll even teach them to put their face under the water if they don't know how to do that. You can do freestyle, and you can hang on the strip, the median thing. You can stop and rest. The only thing you can't do is put your feet on the ground, because if you put your feet on the ground and the judge sees that, then you're disqualified. And that's not a big deal. In the beginning, that happens. So we want everyone swimming with very good swimming skills so they can go to the beach and take their guitar and their saxophone, and they can busk at Virginia Beach and make some money in high school rather than being in juvie. These aren't bad people. These are people that need help. They need help, and it's our job, because we're educated and we were given the benefits of that, to fix this. And it's not just good for the humanity of this and the future of the United States, because this applies in all different neighborhoods all over this country, that we need a little charitable giving, not just a little money in the plate at the church, but we need people that take these boys and girls fishing. That's what they want. They want to support themselves. They don't want the discrimination of the color of their skin, and they don't want to be the minority. They don't want to be a minority that's considered degradation because of the prisons and things like that. That's not them. That is our system of segregation that has hurt them by separating them out of our society, so they don't grow, they don't change, they don't get the information about how to succeed. And to put it all on public schools is ridiculous. I mean, you guys can do so much, and we would have to double, triple your budget to actually step in and do all this. We need people that can volunteer this time to volunteer with. I did it. I went in the neighborhoods, and they're lovely people. And they were so grateful when I spent some time with their children, or one time I took them out for pizza, and the mom had lost her teeth. I didn't know, but she had gotten addicted to some opiates, and she didn't tell me that's what happened to her, but somebody came in her house and stole her TV and her computer. So, and that was in the hood. And so she was trying to get herself straight. I think she's doing better, but she had a couple kids, and I took them out and we hung out and stuff like that. But you should know, they don't want to be given their food. They want to work for it. These are hardworking people that want to do the right thing in all instances. But sometimes they're so misguided and they can't see the light. Music is an entryway into society. If you can play a saxophone, you can go out in the street, you can busk, you can get in other bands, you can socialize, you get respect for that. Even if you don't do good in computer or math or literature or whatever, we have to find a place in this century that your contribution to our country is going to count. And we're not just going to count you if you get shipped away and blown up in Afghanistan. We want to count you in our society right now. And I'm tired of the pineal ideas. I mean, sometimes it's necessary. And some people have chemical imbalances, and we have to get that fixed. But it's an individual process. And sometimes it starts in public school. So my purpose is to say we do need counseling. And if it is more you can do a survey and find out what's going on. And then if they do need counseling, you can send them out to an outside counselor. Thank you.